IYO Sky,
Oh,
and
yeah.
also Sumie Sakai somehow paved the way for your appearance at a Stardom's American Dream 2024 event. Tell us
Yes.
about how that opportunity came to be and how IYO and Sumi played a part.
So it's funny because I didn't know Io played a part until after the match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I met Sumi in WWE. She came and did a couple training sessions, and I guess she had thought like I was really good, and like I had did whatever. So I was like, thank you. And I had wrestled Io, I want to say twice, one non-televised and in the Dusty Cup. It was me and
Yeah,
Lash versus Kaylee and Io.
yeah.
And I don't know if it was something about me to Io that I was just like, very respectful because I was like, Io and Kaylee all together have the wrestling career of my whole entire adulthood. Well, not adult, just life,
Yeah.
period. So I remember like getting booked into stuff for Stardom and or Philly weekends. I was like, I had appearances, virtual signings, like kind of my first because people were saying leaving WWE, like kind of just take advantage of like, post WWE life. And I'm like, I was gonna take a break, but I didn't have a non-compete clause. So I was able to just go ahead and do anything, you
Yeah,
know.
you were wrestling in March. Yeah, like a month later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had like the Dusty Cup match, everything went great. And like that was one of those like matches where it was to put Kaylee and Io like as a dominant because they were
Yes.
going after Toxic. So that was a fun match. And I remember getting like a text message because I had Sumi's number post WWE or prior WWE leaving departure. And she had texted me and she was like, hey, like I just wanted to know if you were free Philly weekend this day. And I was like, oh, I have excuse me, appearances and whatever, but I don't have any matches. And I think at this time, I don't think I wrestled since WWE. Like I did like
I think
training.
you had one match. You had one match in March, and then I think it was Stardom.
Okay. I think was that match was probably in Kansas. Okay. Yeah, the match was in Kansas if I remember. Or I don't know. It was
Uh,
somewhere.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because I was like, oh, was it Ring of Honor?
VPW in Bayshore, New York.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you had
Yes.
that, and then you had Stardom.
Okay, yeah. Because that was the weekend I met Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was in VPW. Yeah, I do remember now. Okay. And I think from that, I had told her like I had just picked up a couple wrestling shows. I wasn't really like gonna go full force into wrestling. And I knew about Stardom, but I was a baby in the indies before I got signed because I only worked for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I didn't know a whole bunch about who was in Stardom. And I remember when she texted me, I was like, heck yeah, I'd love to be in Stardom. I was like, don't pay me, pay me. I don't care. I was like, this is a great opportunity. And she gave me the girls' names. And I remember reaching out to Kaylee and my friend Kakoa, and I said, do you know who these women are? Like, because I
Azumi,
knew,
Momo, Starlight Kid, Stephanie, like, yeah.
oh, and I was like, Stardom was going to kick my butt. So I was like in training and things of that nature. And I was like, I know who Stephanie is. And I know who I excuse me. I thank you. Heard of Azumi, but I was like Starlight Kid and Momo. I was like, I don't really know who these women are. And I like and obviously like going into Stardom, I should know. And I'm a person that like if I go somewhere, I research it. And that was a
Yeah.
big pet peeve of me in WWE. People come in and be like, who's that? Who's that? It's like I get you don't know who it is, but don't come in front and center and be like, who's this? Is this John Cena? Who's that? Like, so I remember searching them and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be like tough. And had the match, and I remember Sumi was like, oh, the match was great, like you did great, fantastic. And I was like, I don't, or they were like, yeah, Io said you were really good. Io's the one that told you or told me about you. And I was like, Io, and I later on she came up and she's like, you did so great, Amari. And I was like, Io, thank you for like putting your freaking neck out for me. And I was like, because I didn't see her because when I got to NXT, she was like 1 foot out the door, like she was already doing her own thing.
Yeah.
So I did not know that Io was a person that Sumi reached out to and said my name. I felt so blessed at the time. I was like, this is great. And then the fact that Stephanie just got signed, I'm like, oh, that NXT rocker room is about to have it because she is a hard hitter.